Ever sign like a mountain of paperwork just for something you want? It's crazy, right?
Oh, tell me about it.
But picture this. You're buying your dream home years, saving up, searching, and then bam, paperwork.
The worst.
And not just any paperwork. It's like a stack taller than your pre-approval letter.
Ouch.
That's where our deep dive takes us today, into the world of a mortgage loan underwriter.
Ooh, interesting.
They're like the behind-the-scenes heroes,
Yeah.
making sure those loans are legit and you're not in over your head.
Right, right.
And to help us navigate all this, we've got RoleCatcher.
Yeah,
Think of it like your secret weapon in the career world.
I like it.
So most people buying a house really only work with the loan officer, right?
Right.
But it's the underwriter who's like the financial detective,
Okay.
digging through pay stubs, bank statements, tax returns.
Making sure everything lines up.
Exactly.
Mm.
They're making sure the lender isn't taking on too much risk.
Super important.
So it's more than just being good at math then.
Well, it helps.
Right.
But there's so much more to it. Remember those stacks of paperwork?
Oh, yeah.
Imagine going through hundreds, not with a magnifying glass, but an AI-powered dashboard.
Okay.
It flags anything suspicious and automates the basic stuff.
So that's the life of a mortgage loan underwriter now.
It's a blend of, that traditional financial smarts and cutting-edge tech.
Wow. Let's unpack that a bit. What's a normal day actually look like for someone doing this?
Well, RoleCatcher says a lot of it is reviewing loan applications.
Makes sense.
We're talking verifying income, credit history, debt-to-income ratios.
So making sure the borrower can actually handle the loan.
Yes, and it's not a simple yes or no.
Really?
They might negotiate terms, ask for more documents, really try to find what works for the lender and the borrower.
That sounds so detail-oriented.
It is.
Like you need a certain personality to really do well in that type of role.
Oh, absolutely. You're right. It takes a certain someone to really be a mortgage loan underwriter.
Yeah.
And it's not just like being a stickler, Remember that housing crisis back in '08?
Oh, yeah.
That showed just how important this role is, making sure everything's, responsible.
That's true. So it's not just about protecting the lender. It's also about protecting the borrower from too much debt, too.
Exactly, 100%. And that's where those soft skills get important. Communicate, but critical thinking, even empathy.
Oh, wow.
You're working with their money, their dreams, sometimes their worries. You need to explain complicated things clearly.
Right.
Answer questions, be patient, maybe even calm them down a bit.
So a good mix of finance knowledge and emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Sounds challenging, but rewarding.
Yeah.
So say someone is interested. What does it take to even start as a mortgage loan underwriter?
Well, strong finance background is key. Think a bachelor's in finance, accounting, economics, something like that. But RoleCatcher emphasizes those are just the basics.
Yeah.
What really make you stand out are the less straightforward skills. We talked about communication, thinking, listening, all of that. Remember, you're not just with numbers all day. You're with people, building those connections, explaining things.
There's that human element again. It makes sense. Buying a house is huge financially, probably the biggest for most people. You'd want someone who not only gets the numbers, but guides you through it all clearly and with empathy.
Absolutely. And the learning never ends in this field. RoleCatcher highlights certifications like the CMU or the CRU to really boost your credibility.
Those are the big ones, right?
Yeah, like you're serious about staying on top of everything.
Right, because it's always changing.
Exactly. It's like anything else. You want a doctor who stays updated, right? Finance is just as fast-paced, always new rules, tech market trends.
Speaking of moving up, RoleCatcher shows a pretty clear path from junior underwriter all the way to senior or even chief.
Yeah.
What gets you up that ladder?
Experience, for sure. But it's not just about the years.
Right.
It's about making good decisions as an underwriter, showing your expertise, maybe even specializing in a certain type of loan.
So you become the go-to expert.
Exactly like the mortgage guru for first-time buyers or the expert on commercial loans.
I like it. And then as you get more experience, you can do more mentoring junior underwriters, leading teams, maybe even shaping company policies.
Yeah, the higher you go, the more strategic it gets.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But let's be real. Getting that first job in such a competitive field is tough. I love that RoleCatcher gives you tools to stand out.
Tell me about it, right? Remember those stacks of paperwork? Your resume can't be one of them. That's where this AI resume builder from RoleCatcher comes in.
Okay, but do those AI resume things really work?
This one does. It's not just like moving words around. It looks at actual job descriptions for mortgage underwriters, the jobs you want, and figures out what the hiring managers are really looking for.
Gets
You
you
know,
skills and keywords.
exactly. It's like having that secret code for those applicant tracking systems everyone talks about.
So you don't just get lost in the shuffle.
You get noticed. And speaking of getting noticed, ever wish you could practice an interview and get feedback right away?
Oh yeah, all the time. You never know if you're saying the right things.
Well, get this. RoleCatcher lets you do mock interviews with their AI. You record yourself answering common questions, and it tells you how you're doing.
Whoa, that's wild.
Yeah.
What does it look for?
It analyzes everything, like how clearly you're speaking, if you're getting to the point, even if you're using the right industry terms.
Wow, that's like next level prep. You're not just crossing your fingers anymore. You're going in ready.
Exactly. And that confidence makes all the difference, especially when they're asking about tough stuff like your risk assessment or those lending rules.
It's a lot. So for everyone listening, it's clear that being a mortgage loan underwriter is more than just the numbers,
It's about guiding people through this huge decision.
right? And with platforms like RoleCatcher, you can learn the skills and get the tools to really make it in this career.
If you're someone who loves details and solving problems in a fast-paced job, this could be it.
It's been really eye-opening to see what goes on behind the scenes of getting a mortgage.
It's a whole world out there, and hopefully our listeners want to learn more.
That's right. Until next time, keep exploring, keep the questions coming, and keep diving deep into the things you're curious about.